Salut, famiglia. It's Tony the Brick, whisperer of the Corn Mafia Guild, and now promoted to soldier. Oh, forget about it. So anyways, I'm slipping back into the shadows of the Copi Cafe for episode 124. I'm in my corner booth, fedora low, cappuccino streaming. Catching every word the bosses drop like it's a sack of Copi tokens on the street of Hell's Kitchen, if you know what I mean. The Cornucopias Racket's holding court. Jimmy Two Cups, Robbie the Enforcer, and David Shadow Carver Ricci, our gunslinging artist with a new soldier in tow. They're planning something big, and I'm here to spill the intel. So sit down, keep your trap shut, and let's get into it. Capiche? So I'm posted up, eyes sharp, as the cruise rolls in to set the tone with their drinks, like a proper sit-down before a big score. Jimmy Two Cups clutching his macchiato, bold as ever for the boss. And Robbie the Enforcer sipping a 7-Up, lemonade, Spritey, a new play, keeping his enforcing cool. David Shadow Carver Ricci, he strolls in with a cold coffee, premium he says, but he's too busy to finish it. He's pairing it with an ice cold cup of water with a little bit of lemon on top, for the balance. Then I spot a new face. Who's this? They say it's Georgia Gearforge Malone, a soldier under Shadow Carver Ricci, holding a chai latte with a shot of espresso, spicy and sharp, just like she is. Me? I'm sticking with my cappuccino. Frothy classic, keeps me sharp while I whisper. 3 minutes in and I'm thinking, this crew's got fresh blood and they're ready to deal. So Jimmy Two Cups pulls up the nose dashboard. He says he's laying out the family supply lines on the tables. You better watch out. Robbie the Enforcer takes the lead, talking about public nodes, strengthening variables, availability, data push-throughs, all that jazz. I overheard Greg Notebreaker Utano's name. He's the one who set all of this up, but he ain't here tonight. You can drill down, check-in counts, success rates, delegation counts, speed, everything to keep the streets running smooth. They're talking transparency, public pools get listed, private ones stay off the grid, just like I like them. You can drill down, check-in counts, success rates, delegation counts, speed, everything to keep the streets running smooth. Full disclosure, I got a note of my own. You can find it, but I hadn't been running it for a while. I was out of town, if you know what I'm saying. So we'll see how I perform. Maybe I'll jump onto one of them big players. Gotta make sure I get the most out of it. They're planning to shift rewards, incentivizing quality nodes for better startup experience. Making sure the new blood in the Sky Domes got a good, clean download. I'm leaning in, whispering control the nodes, control the turf. Classic mafia move if you ask me. Ricci steps into the glow, his trench coat shimmering like a holographic billboard on Solace's main strip. The Smiths of the Sky Domes, they all know who Georgia Gearforge Malone is. Her eyes sharp like the plasma cutters humming in Esperanza black markets. They're whispering about new operation forging, the future of the racket's arsenal. But it ain't dropping till the next moon cycle, if you know what I mean. Shadow Carver paints the picture. You descend into a neon-lit mine of Calido Valley, where the rocks glow with raw Copi energy. You smash them down with a vibro hammer, more like a hit than a handshake, grabbing the shimmering ore while dodging laser trap pits that'll fry you faster than a snitch in a dome raid. Haul that loot to the Gearforge's turbo processor, a hulking beast of a machine that refines the ore into pure, tradable goods. Maybe even spitting out a rare crystal if the streets are feeling lucky. From there, you hit Gearforge's neon-glowing crafting forge in the heart of Solace's underbelly. where she's cooking up gear, blade, blasters, even hover packs to flood the racket's market and keep the economy buzzing like a Sky Dome rave. Gearforge is a mastermind. She sets up the whole thing, complex forges with specializations, balancing the recipes, a special sauce if you know what I mean, like a capo, balancing loyalties, making sure every piece fits the racket's grand plan. I'm scribbling in my hollow pad thinking, man, Gearforge is crafting the tools to rule the Skydomes. Shadow Carver's playing a long game, and I'm all in for this heist. Shadow Carver Ricci. He lets a leak slip smoother than a hoverbike sliding through Esperanza's neon canyons. There's a new mine opening soon in Solace 1, a jagged scar in the Skydome's crust, where you can dig for yourself and maybe spot some ancient hologlyphs, like the old dome's dwellers carved before the Copi boom. He's playing it cautious, starting with just a couple of these glowing pits, testing the streets before flooding the domes with more. Then they shift gears, talking about Sky Dome real estate. Hey, that's my kind of business. A new building empire that's got plots and apartments wired together like a web of neon veins. These apartments ain't just crash pads, they're fortified bunkers, floating high above Solace's skyline, where you can deck them out with hollow furniture, pulse lamps, even a personal drone bar for your crew to sip synth liquor. Every soldier in the racket gets a small one for free. No Copi needed. No credits either. But word on the street is you might owe some juice for the anti-gravity generators keep them afloat. You gotta always have a little bit of extra on the side, like a good mafia ruler would. Each one will have views of the dome's electric storms and planning luxury resorts that can hold 50,000, maybe even 100,000 players. Now that's big time. Big enough to rival the boss's own penthouse in Calido Valley. I'm muttering into my cappuccino, this ain't just housing, it's a takeover if you know what I mean. Claiming the Skydomes one neon lit pad at a time. The air in the Copi Cafe crackles like a plasma storm over Calido Valley. They're talking combat rifts, the kind of interdimensional tears that spills chaos onto the Skydome streets. Almost like you're listening to Seven's music in the heart of the Calido Resort, if you know what I'm talking about. It's hidden deep inside Esperanza's undercity. These grounds called terror tunnels, where the neon fades to shadows and the air hums with danger. Picture this, you're dodging hollow targets that fire back with you. Hey, what happened there? Laser volleys balancing on gravity beams thinner than a knife's edge and crawling through the vent shafts while drones buzz overhead like angry hornets. David says it's getting meaner. Stage 2's a gauntlet, tight squeezes, high drops, with whispers of a stage 3 that'll make even Vinny the Copi boar sweat a little bit. If the familia's hungry for more, they're tossing around the idea of hollow leaderboards, tracking who's the sharpest shooter in the domes. But Robbie and the Enforcer says, hey, let's hold back a little bit. Too many jobs on the burner, and they don't want to stall the drop. He's asking if the streets want the boards now or later, weighing the familia's thirst for glory. I'm whispering into my steam of cappuccino. This is how you forge a crew. Blood, sweat, and laser burns in the tunnels, prepping them to seal those rifts to own the Sky Dome battlegrounds. And hey, a little FOMO never hurt nobody. Then a spark lights up the cafe like a neon flare in Solace's night market. They're talking AI, 'cause some drone dwellers shaking in their boots thinking it'll be a game and a race to wreck its empire. David Shadow Carver Ricci laughs, his voice cutting through the hum of Copi Cafe's holo screens. He's a tech fiend, already using AI to polish the racket's moves, sharpening textures on NFT blades, smoothing out some animations for the next gun show. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Even using it as a second set of eyes to track performance in the Sky Dome arenas. But he's blunt as a vibro hammer. AI can't touch the game like Cornucopias. It chokes on the poly counts needed for Solace's skyscraper, stumbles over the performance demands of Esperanza's hover races, and can't code worth a damn. Half the time at least. It's spitting lies like a snitch trying to save their skin. The racket needs real muscle, real minds, like Shadow Carver's crew, to keep the sky domes running. They'll use AI, sure, to boost the game, but it ain't a threat. It's just another tool to make the racket untouchable. Especially with the famiglia backing them up, if you know what I mean. I'm nodding in the shadows. Smart play. Using the tech to shine brighter than the neon storms. Ain't no machine taking down this empire. They wrap up with questions from the neighborhood's neon-lit streets of the sky domes, buzzing like a hollow calm in Solace's underground markets. Sentinel GG's voice crackling through from the community, asking about the Epic Games listing. When's the racket gonna go big time? Jimmy Two Cups lays it out like a heist plan. Hey, first, they're setting up a wait list, letting the famiglia mark their territory first. Then a soft launch with the next drop, testing the waters a little bit. Maybe a hard launch later this year, flooding the domes with marketing credits to draw in the big players, if you know what I mean. Blackstone from the Mafia, hey, Salut, fratello, pipes up, wanting gun maintenance, like a hollow bar showing when your blaster needs a tune-up. David Shadow Carver Ricci smirks. Hey, that was a good idea, I think. He says it's coming, don't worry about it. A cherry on top feature with aging effects like rust on your plasma rifle, but it ain't ready to roll yet, so don't worry. Then Black Knight asks about inventory weight. Does it slow you down in the dome's gravity fields? David clears the static. It's all spatial, not weight-based, but if you're decked out in heavy armor or jetpack humming with an anti-grav tech, you're gonna move slower, of course, balancing speed with the power to take a hit. I'm thinking in the shadows, the bosses are playing chess on a hollow board, keeping the famiglia locked in and ready to rule the sky domes. So hey, this episode was a little longer. You gotta give me a little slack if this goes a little longer too, cause you love the good intel. Before they jet, they flash the marketplace sale on the cafe's holo screens, glowing like the neon strips on Esperanza's skyline. It's a haul straight from the racket's armory. HD7 blasters, Como Defense Tiger M9s, P99 pulse rifles. Hey, I got myself a legendary of them. And the meat grinder. Don't forget the meat grinder. A beast of a weapon that'll even make the toughest dome thugs flinch. David's hyped about the M9s, light as a feather, submachine gun style, perfect for a quick strike on Solace's back alleys. The P99s packing 125 rounds, the highest capacity in the domes, and they're teasing energy weapons next, the kind that'll light up the sky like Calido Valley storm. Hey, this sells live for 9 more days, maybe 8 by the time you watch this. Plenty of time to arm up for the streets. The crew's pushing the famiglia to jump in, so head to the Corn Mafia Guild affiliate link to the Cornucopias Marketplace in the description. Make sure you grab your gear before it's gone. We always want to combine our power, our profits, and hey, a little protection for you too. Alright, so that Shadow Carver's flooding the sky domes with firepower, and Gearforge better be crafting more tools to keep this arsenal loaded. So there's your scoop from Copi Cafe 124, straight from Tony the Brick, the whisperer of the Corn Mafia Guild. Jimmy Two Cups and Robbie the Enforcer are fortifying the Empire, nose to control the turf, and Shadow Carver and his new soldier, Gearforge, are crafting and mining to grow the racket, apartments to house the crew, and maybe have a party or two, and terror tunnels to train for the rifts, plus a marketplace sale to arm up. You want to stay in the know? Make sure you smash that like, subscribe, or I'll send Vinny Hornbreaker Cabrera over here to check your tab. Forget about it. And don't forget, feel free to join the Corn Mafia Guild. Tell them Tony the Brick sent you. Catch you next time as I sneak you some more intel. Keep your ears peeled, familia. Forget about it.